a student in your class who seems to have a good understanding but limited communication skills, seems unresponsive when asked questions or given instructions, has trouble copying from the board to a book, can respond better orally than in writing? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to understand a little about students with learning difficulties. So, what are learning difficulties? A global learning difficulty means a student finds all aspects of learning and understanding difficult. A student with a specific learning difficulty usually has at least average intelligence, but has trouble with learning. These are the students that get forgotten about and often need to be taught differently from the norm. Did you know that 1 in 4 New Zealanders are limited by a physical, sensory, learning, mental health or other impairment? And for children, a learning difficulty is the most common type of impairment. If class sizes in New Zealand are on average 25 students per class, this means they are busy places, and struggling students with learning difficulties can get lost in the crowd. But class size is no excuse, and as teachers it is important to differentiate and provide support where needed. This involves understanding the students and the learning difficulties. So put yourself in the shoes of a person with a learning difficulty.
You there. Name the animal at the top on the right. What sound does it make? Well? Tell me a famous story with a camel in it. Come on, any story. We're waiting. It's easy. Just think. Okay. You. Tell me what this is a picture of. Well, what is it? Look harder. It isn't that difficult. I'll give you a sticker if you can tell me. The reason you can't answer is that you aren't looking hard enough.
Everything you do in your life is either cognitive or associative. For the majority of us, speaking is an associative task. For some students though, speaking is a cognitive task. I'll illustrate my point. Out loud, recount what you did this morning and what you had for breakfast. I'll wait. Great. That was an associative task. Now let's make it a cognitive task. Say it all again, but no word can contain the letter N. Maybe those scenarios were not so hard for you, because you don't have to feel the pressure of being in front of your peers. But a student with a sensory or visual learning difficulty would feel frustrated and anxious at these tasks, and at the teacher. So do you think he or she would ask for help? Probably not. Therefore, it is up to the teacher to understand the learning difficulty and provide support when and where it's needed. Understanding students with learning difficulties is not a current educational issue. It is an ongoing issue that needs more attention so all students get the education and support they need. Through teacher professional development and understanding, support for students with learning difficulties can be achieved. Schools can even test the students that pinpoint what the difficulty is and how to help. At the teacher level, a teacher may not have the time required for this to be beneficial. At the school level, the price for a license for one LAS test is huge. At the community level, a private psychologist can cost anywhere between $500 to $700. More teacher understanding of the learning difficulties students can face, which can be provided through professional development, and more funding for tests to support our struggling students, their potential, and our future.